I do anything. So cool. Welcome to the free workshop. Now, in this workshop, we're going to be revealing the data-driven formula for those who want to be lean by summer. Now, we're going to go straight into this. We're not going to be giving you a load of fluff. We're going to be giving you fast, actionable advice that you can implement into your own lifestyle and get the best results possible. Okay, so again, like I said, this is not a sit back and watch. I need you to make sure you've got a pen and paper at hand, write down as many notes as possible so that you can take this away and implement it in your own training. So, on to the next. Housekeeping. Everyone put a one in the Zoom chat now, so I know that you're all listening. I know that you're all paying attention. Everyone stick a one in the Zoom chat now. Cool. So, first of all, I need you to put your phone away unless you're on Zoom on your phone, but everyone else put your phone away. And again, take notes as if the slides aren't even there. Remind me to hit record. I've already done that. So, on to the main bit. Look, this is not for you. I just want to weed out any people who are here for the wrong reasons. This is not for you if you're lazy. This is not for you if you're wanting a quick fix or a diet pill. This is not for you if you are not willing to accept change. This is the most important thing. We're going to need to make some changes. We're going to have to accept that we need to make these changes in order to get the results that we're wanting. And if you're not willing to accept change, this is definitely the wrong place to be. However, this is for you if you're hardworking and if you're wanting a sustainable approach to dropping body fat and adding lean muscle tissue. Why stick around to the end? So we're going to teach you quite a few things on this. Number one, we're going to teach you how to drop body fat while still eating the foods that you love. We're going to teach you how to build muscle and get lean without spending hours and hours and hours a week in the gym. And right at the end, if you stick around right to the end, there's special bonus for three of you. There's only limited to three. So we're going to go through straight into it. Now, first of all, a little bit about me. So I've coached over 1,000 people. I've been in the game for about 14, 15 years now. I've been self-employed for over 12 years and I am engaged. As many of you know, I'm getting married in August. So I'm super, super excited about that. And me and Harry are obviously getting in the best shape for our life for this. And we're trying to build this in with all of our clients, set little goals, set little targets so that they've got a vision and they've got a drive and a time scale as well, which is super, super important. So just want to go into a couple of things. Now, this is Mitch. Mitchell, some of you know him. Mitchell was in the group coaching for quite a while, and he won't mind me saying this. He was coursing by. He was coming to the sessions, but that's it. He kind of felt like that's what he needed to do, just come in and do the training, but didn't do anything on the outside. So he's a cybersecurity engineer. He's super busy work life. He's tried losing weight in the past, hence with the group coaching, but the big thing that he really struggled with was the nutrition. So he came on board with a one-to-one program. We helped him massively with the nutrition, put a structure in place. And as you've seen, 11 weeks in, he's 10 kilos down. So he's flying. And I'm sure the guys who are on this, who are in the group coaching, who have seen him, have seen a massive change in him. So I'm just going to give you two more clients who are really good examples of just taking that accountability, taking the advice and running with it. Scott is 33. He's a HGV driver, truck driver. That doesn't seem right. Anyway, he's an ex-boxer. That's how me and Scott know each other. We used to box together way back in the day. He's a father. He's got a young daughter. And the thing that he struggled with was snacking on the road. He was driving, and I'm sure you guys on the call who drive a lot with your jobs realize that it's really hard when you're obviously doing all their miles, your hours and hours in the car. It's so easy just to nip to the services and just get a meal deal. And it's really easy just to fall off your nutrition with that. So again, implementing the structure helped him massively. And again, he's dropped 10 kilos in 8 weeks. But again, he took ownership. And then finally, we've got Paddy. Paddy, I actually met out in Bali. He lives over the other side of Manchester. Met him over in Bali. As soon as we launched the online stuff, he jumped on it straight away. He's a fraud analyst. Again, he was stuck in a rut. He wasn't training at all. Didn't have any structure with his nutrition. In the form, I asked him what his nutrition currently looks like, and it were fizzy drinks, it were pop, it were absolute rubbish. And he just didn't know what to do to get in shape, drop weight, and get lean and get fitter and feel more confident about himself. But again, he's one of them clients who has just took the advice and he's run with it. Look, there is two types of people. There's the people who take self-ownership, take self-accountability, and they actually listen and they get coached and they implement the steps moving forwards to get in the best shape of their life. And then you get the others who come into this gym, they do the bare ass minimum, and they don't want to really change anything. But without the change, you're not going to get in the shape. So we're going to talk you through a couple of things. And this is what you might probably feel like. Might feel like no matter what you try, you can't seem to lose weight. It might be that you've tried eating clean, but you're just kind of fed up of doing it. You get bored of the same old foods. It seems like a never-ending battle with the food. And it just seems like unless you're eating super, super clean, you can't make the progress you want to make. Put a one in the group chat now, in the Zoom chat, if you feel like you really need to eat super clean in order to drop weight. Stick a one in the Zoom chat now. And again, guys, I am absolutely shocking on Zoom, so I'm actually trying to find the chat myself. Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, got that. Again, this is a common mistake that a lot of people tend to make. They feel like they've got to have chicken, rice, and broccoli every meal, plain, boring ass food, and this is not what it's about. You might feel like every time you've been putting in the effort and you're looking in the mirror and nothing's changing, the body fat's not dropping, it's still the same shape as it was a week ago, 4 weeks ago, 3, 4, 6 months ago. And I get that, I completely get that. And it's a bit of a shit place to be. But this is a couple of mistakes that most people make. Now, number one is they go to the extreme with the diet. They go for way too clean with their eating. They might go on a keto diet. They might go intermittent fasting. There's all these carnivore diets. There's so many diets out there, and it's really hard to stay sustainable because I'm going to be honest with you. I've been in the fitness industry a long time, and if you ask me to go on a keto diet, ask me to go on a carnivore diet, intermittent fasting, I'd absolutely tell you where to shove it because I'm not doing that for no one. I want to enjoy my foods, and that's a big key to success. Mistake number two is only focusing on the training. And again, this is why a lot of people fall down when it comes to the results that they wanted to get. So if you're just coming in the gym, you're training and you're doing what's required from the training front, but then you're not putting in the effort with the nutrition, you can't possibly expect to get as good a results as you want. And I know for a fact there is a few people on this call who are in the exact same position. Do me a favor, put the number 7 in the group chat if you feel like that's you at the moment. You're training, but the diet is just not there. You're not too sure what to do, or you're just not putting in the work when it comes to the diet. I appreciate this honesty, by the way, because as soon as you're honest, it's like, right, okay, now we can work around this. 7-ish. 7 was me, hopefully getting better now. Good man, Mark. Right. Mistake number 3, and this is a huge one, is copying what you've seen on the internet. Now, there is so much bullshit out there on the internet, and it's like one person saying one thing, one person saying the other, and how the fuck do you know what to believe? It's so, so hard. And if I wasn't in the position I am myself, i.e., a coach, I've been in the industry for a long time, I'd be the exact same. I'd be confused. You see people talking about this diet, this style of training, you should be out doing running, HYROX, marathons. It's a minefield of utter nonsense out there. So what we're going to be focusing on today is just creating a clear and structured plan. So this is why we have created the data-driven formula. Put a me in the Zoom chat if you like data, if you like numbers, if you are one of them people who, if you can see your weight going down on the scales, that's really good for you. Some people hate it. I absolutely love it. Perfect. Most of you do love it. That's brilliant. So there's a few different steps to this. Now, number one is tracking. Now, when it comes to the tracking, we want to use MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is the easiest and more sustainable way to stick to your nutrition. And this is what I have all of my online clients doing. We work out the protein, we work out the carbs, and we work out the fat. Now, just to break it down a little bit more, within each gram of protein and each gram of carbs, there's 4 calories. Each gram of fat, there's 9 calories. So we don't actually have to track the calories. We just have to track the protein, the carbs, and the fat because the calories will just work themselves out. Now, again, with this carnivore diet, in fact, put a me in the Zoom chat if you've heard about this carnivore diet and maybe might have thought about doing it yourself. Stick a me in the Zoom chat if you've heard about the carnivore diet. Okay, cool. So with the carnivore diet, this is just another fad diet. It's just another fad diet. So when it comes to it, if you start eating a load of meat, a load of fish, a load of fatty foods, a load of eggs, avocados, all that lot, if you are still over your maintenance calories, you will not lose any body fat. Fact. It's the fundamentals of diet and nutrition and getting in shape. So this is why using MyFitnessPal is a really sustainable approach because when we track the macros, we can still eat the foods that we enjoy. Half of you know me on a very good basis. We've known each other for a long time. And you know I'm not that sort of coach where I'm going to be super, super strict to it with my nutrition. I do enjoy the odd beer on a weekend. I'm not going to cut that out. I don't want to. For me, life would be pretty boring if I was on a bland diet with I couldn't even have a pint with my missus on a weekend. That would be boring to me. But with tracking macros, you can do that. Now it's really important. People kind of always struggle with they get to the end of the day, and when they get to the end of the day, they find that they've only got maybe 200 calories left and they've got a full meal to have and they're starving. This is why we have to plan ahead. Super, super important we plan ahead. So, what you need to do is you need to input all of your details into MyFitnessPal the day before, whatever food you're having, and then tinker around with it. If you're going a bit over in your protein, cut that back. If you're going a bit over in your carbs, cut that back until you've got that right. So then the next day, it's really easy to say, I know exactly what I'm having for breakfast. I know exactly what I'm having for a mid-morning snack, my lunch, and so on. And you know, there, you've got that plan the day before to say, if I eat this, I am on track. It's when you sort of do it on the day, that's when it becomes really difficult to do. Just write the word MyFitnessPal in the chat if you've had experience with MyFitnessPal before. I just want to see how many people have actually tried using this. So again, MyFitnessPal in the chat if you've used this before. Yeah, Nicola, one of my online clients, she's done it. Caroline, Mark, yeah, Russ, Carl, Monica, don't like it. I'm surprised with that, Monica. So what we want to look at is a couple of different things. Now, again, when it comes to MyFitnessPal, data does not lie. And let's go straight into the next one with this. So I actually want to volunteer with this, and I am going to work out your personalized macros for you specifically in order to drop the body fat. So I want someone to volunteer for me. Someone volunteer. I just need a couple of details from your age, height, things like that. So if you're ready to volunteer, just put me in the group chat. iPhone. I don't know who iPhone is. So I'm going to go to Russ. Or iPhone. In fact, because you was first, if you want to turn your camera on, whoever it is, and then at least I can see who you are. Not having it? No, Russ, we'll do you then, bud. Russ, put your camera on, mate.
Yeah, how do you put your camera on? I was looking at the menu. How do you do it?
Looking at the menu. There's no menu here, bud.
No, you know the menu. How do you put your
Click the
camera on?
video. Click
Yeah.
video on I think it should be somewhere at the bottom of the screen. Click video, it should
Oh,
be there.
start video. Oh, is that camera? Right. All right.
Got it?
Yeah.
Don't worry, mate. If you can't find it, don't worry. Right, let me
Yeah,
just show
I found
you.
it. I've just
Got
there.
it.
Right.
Got it.
Oh,
Here it is. Right, let me just quickly show you this. So again, hopefully you can all see this. Guys, just so I know where if you can all see where it says macro calculator, just put a yes in the group chat just so I know that you can all see this. Perfect. So this is just a macro calculator that we found on Google. It's dead straightforward. We literally typed in free macro calculator. Now, I'll be honest, we do things a bit different with our clients. We actually have a formula that we use that works a little bit different. And the reason we use a different formula is just because over the years of these sort of free ones, they don't seem to do it quite as well as our formula, but it's a really, really good place to start. So, Russ, let's go straight into yours, mate. So, how old are you, Russ?
55.
55. You're definitely male, right?
Yeah.
How tall are you, bud?
5'10".
5'10". And how much you weigh in kilos?
Oh God. I do it old money. It's 12 stone. What's 12 stone in kilos?
12 times 14 divided by 2.2 is 76.3. You're pretty much the exact same weight as me. And what's the goal then, Russ? Is it to maintain? Is it to lose weight, or is it to gain weight?
Oh, it's still. I still feel there's a way to go yet.
Okay.
Around midsection, especially. My
Okay.
waist is a lot trimmer, but there's still, you know.
Want to get a little bit leaner.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it. Now, in terms of activity level, how active would you say you are? Sedentary is no training. Lightly active is usually 1 to 3 times a week. Moderately active is kind of 3 to 5 times a week.
Oh, it's moderately then with the training sessions and gym sessions.
Got it.
Outside of that, then job wise, I do sit on my bum all day. Really, software engineer, so
Okay,
sat
that's fine.
in front of the
But
screen.
again, this is a good place to start. So, Russ, I am just gonna, if you bear with me 1 second, I'm just gonna mute you there, Russ, just so we can go straight into it. So, this is how it'd look for you, Russ. So, we'd be looking down here. So, we're looking at the protein would be around about 150 gram of protein per day. The carbs would be around about the 200 mark, and the fats would be around about the 66 gram mark. So, this works well. I'm going to go through in a little bit of detail how we actually structure this. So, again, hopefully you can all see this. So I've just done an example for you here. So we've got, let's say if we've got 180 gram of protein a day, which is what I have, we have 4 meals a day. It could be 5, it could be 3, it's completely up to you. If we split them up a little bit more, that's better. So 180 gram of protein, if we divide that by 4 meals, that means we have to have 45 gram of protein per meal. So we do the exact same with the carbs and the fat. So let's say we've got 200 gram of carbs. We've got 4 meals, divided by 4, we've got 50 gram of carbs per meal. And then it's the same with the fat. We just divide it by the amount of meals we've done. Very, very straightforward. Just put the word follow in the chat if you are following along. If this all makes sense to you right now. Perfect. Now, it's really important as well that we want to look at the enjoyment aspect of the meals. And this is why what I've put down there is a 50 cal additions. Now, how I would typically work it is I would do 50 calories. If we've got 4 meals per day, we times it by the 4, so we've got 200 calories. I'd take 200 calories off the total amount for the day. And what this does, it just means that we can then have a little bit more leeway with the cooking and the foods that we have. Okay, so let's say, for example, last night we had a chicken mince dish with some rice and, excuse me, I had sriracha on it and things like that because I know I can do because I've got that little leeway that allows me to be able to have some sauces, some extra calories from veg and things like that. Again, does that make sense to everyone? Stick the word "make sense" in the chat just so I know that you're completely following with that. There will be a Q&A at the end, by the way, so we can go through any questions you have. And if you have got any questions, just drop that on your notes page and we can answer them at the end. Right, this is a really big one. Training. We need to look at training with progressive overload and a structured plan. So again, my guys that are on the one-to-one program, a few on this call, Nicola, Lucy, Mitch, we have a structured plan in place. And we need to look at progressive overload in order to be able to get the muscle tissue on, but also drop the body fat, which is going to give you that toned look. So this is how I would split it up if I were you guys. So workouts per week, we've either got 2, 3, 4, or 5. Now, if you're in the gym, if you're only doing 2 days a week, I would split it up maybe a Monday and a Thursday, or I'd have at least 2 days apart. And then I'd put maybe Tuesday and a Friday. But you do full body splits within each one of them. So, for example, you'd hit every single body part, but you just do a lot less sets. So you wouldn't have to do like a shitload of chest presses, same with overhead presses, same with squats. You just do a few hard, heavy sets on each muscle group. If you were to commit to 3 sessions per week, I'd always opt for PPL, which stands for push, pull, legs. Push, pull, legs. So push is anything where you're pushing directly in front of you. It's also anything where you're pushing directly above you. And it's also working the back to your arms, your triceps as well. If we're going to do 4 workouts, I'd do the exact same. I'd do push, pull, legs, and then I'd put a pump day in there as well. A pump day is where we go for either full body or upper body, and we just do a lot less weight with a lot higher reps. Some of you guys who are on the coaching program already know that once you leave a pump program, you are pretty much knackered, but you feel great because everywhere's pumped up. It's a great feeling. And if I were to do 5 sessions a week, I would structure it like this. I do Monday, I do upper. Tuesday, I do lower. I'd have a rest Wednesday, and then I just go into push, pull, leg split after that. Again, don't worry too much if you're not following along too much with this, because there's a lot to go through, and it's a whole nother workshop if I were to break down each of them body training splits and movements. But just put in the group chat following if this is all makes sense so far, just so I know that you're all following and you're all understanding exactly what we're going through. Perfect. Cool. So scheduling workouts, put it in your calendar. This is tough love. Okay. We're just going to stop sharing this right now. Right. I am going to give you a bit of tough love right now. If you are not scheduling your workouts into your diary, into your calendar, you are missing out. Because then what it does, it just means that you're not going to be able to get them in. Something's going to come up. Something's going to come up, and the gym is going to be the first thing to go. And that's the last thing we want. I need you to make sure if you're going to commit to this, if you're going to commit to training more, that it's in the calendar and it's a non-negotiable. Just like if you were to book a doctor's appointment, just like if you were to book a dentist appointment, it's the same with your training. This is how you're going to get the best results physically and mentally. So again, if it's not in your diary, exactly the same time every single week, if possible, then you're doing yourself a disservice. We need to get that in. Again, just put the word calendar in the chat now if you are going to commit to putting and scheduling all your workouts in your calendar, and you've got there every single week without fail. Perfect. Cool. Let me just share the screen again. Tough love over. Progressive overload. Now, when I said that before about the training, you might have thought, what the hell is progressive overload? So, progressive overload is basically a plan and a training regime where you are aiming to progress every single workout without fail. So again, depending on the training split, we have a lot of our guys on like a 4 or 5 day training split where we circle back from the rep ranges. So we might start a high rep range and then work our way steadily back. But each time we're working back with the reps that we're doing, we're looking to increase the weight that we're doing. The reason being is because as we drop the body fat, we need to make sure we're trying to add the lean muscle tissue on as well. Again, this is going to give you that toned look, the shapely look. And that comes from low body fat percentage as well as having that lean muscle tissue there. And what this also does, it increases your TDEE. TDEE stands for total daily energy expenditure. Essentially, it means you burn more fat with less calories. So let me just stop this share right there. Again, guys, just drop a yes in the group chat if you can see my face now, full screen. Perfect. So For you guys who know me personally, you know, for me, naturally, my frame isn't a big frame. I've naturally got a smaller shoulders and things like that. However, I'm in good shape because I've got a lot more muscle tissue on me naturally than my body needs. Which, if we take it right back to before I even started weight training, let's say easy numbers right now. If I was to do 2,000 calories a day, and that was enough to maintain my body weight, and I were to just stick to 2,000 calories a day, that would just maintain my body weight exactly where I am. But let's say I start adding a load of lean muscle tissue, okay, and I'm at where I'm at now. Then, without doing anything other than adding lean muscle tissue, I've gone from 2,000 calories a day to maintain my body weight to 2,800 calories a day to maintain my body weight. So, without even changing anything that I'm eating, I'm now in an 800 calorie deficit, which means I'm dropping body fat. Put a clear in the chat if that makes sense. And if it doesn't, write it down and I will answer it on the Q&A. So put a clear in the chat if that makes sense to you all. Brilliant. Again, progressive overload, we always want to look at increasing the weights. And this is why some of you guys that I coach, I always tell you, we always want to be increasing the weights, because if you don't increase the weights, yes, we want perfect form, but if we don't increase the weights, it essentially means you're not getting stronger. And it essentially means we're not adding that lean muscle tissue required to increase that TGE and to drop the body fat even faster. Now we need to look at movement. This is what comes outside of the sessions. So we need to create a bigger deficit. And we do this by tracking your steps, and we do this by tracking your cardio. And the benefits to this is it's so easy to manipulate. So let's say we have a client, and this particular client is doing, let's say 5,000 steps per day, is doing 4 weight training sessions per week, and is doing one 30-minute CV session per week. Now, if their weight loss starts to plateau, it's very easy for us what we need to do next. We either need to increase your steps or we need to increase your cardio. It's one or the other. We don't have to touch your nutrition, because if we increase the daily output from steps or cardio, you will drop fat. It's very, very simple to do. But again, all this needs to be tracked. This is why it's a data-driven formula. Put a clear in the chat if that makes sense and you're following along. And again, it also lets me know who's actually paying attention to this as well. Perfect. All here. Great. So this is another huge one. And again, Nicola, Lucy, Mitch, the guys who I've got on the one-to-one program, we do this every single week without fail. We have check-ins with the clients. They send me the photos. Just between us, it's the photos. We have a weigh-in every single week. We have a check-in form every single week, which lets me know how they're doing with their energy levels, how they're doing with their stress levels, if there's anything coming up at the weekend that we need to structure. Now, you can either get this from a coach like myself, or you can do this with a friend. It's a lot harder, obviously, because they've not got the experience to know what to change. However, if you know that you're checking in with a friend every single week, you're sending your photos and your weight to them, how much more do you think that that's going to benefit you in terms of sticking to a program? Put it in the chat. Do you think that would benefit you more or less, having someone to report to week in, week out, who knows that you're wanting to drop body fat and make changes and improvements with your body? Drop that in the group chat if you think that that would have a benefit or if it would have a negative. And I'll wait for these to come. Unless my internet's going, there's nothing coming through yet. Yeah, these are benefit. Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, with my guys, same on this call with Lucy, with Nicola, they know everything. I'm expecting changes from them week in, week out. I'm expecting improvements. And if there's no improvements, we have to look at how we can change the plan to make sure there is progress next week. So again, if you can get a friend, or if you want to come on board with me, we're coaching you, whatever, just have someone accountable so that you're doing the things required to elicit that change that you so badly want. Pretty much just gone through all that. It is the best way to stay on track and get results. I have my own physique coach. I pay a lot of money for him. However, I know for a fact he's expecting results from me. And I know I have to check in with him every single week. And I know if I'm not making the changes that he's expecting, he will call me out. And he's a no bullshit kind of coach. It'll be like, Mitch, what the fuck are you doing? What are you playing at? What's gone wrong? And again, it just means that I'm accountable. But look, when it comes to this, we have proven systems. Now, these are just a couple of screenshots. I literally grabbed them today. Now, this is one of the blokes I help. Honestly, mate, I don't know, don't want to sound dramatic. I know it's only just begun, but it's changed my life. I'm just full of energy. I've got that fire in my belly to absolutely smash this. And then this is another one. I'm over the move, mate. Can't believe how much weight I've dropped so far. Thanks to you, mate. It's going brilliant. Excited to continue on. Now, this is when I said about the 3 people. I need you to message me the word offer on Instagram. My Instagram's at @MitchLyle_. If you don't have Instagram, message me directly on Facebook Messenger. This offer is for 3 people only. But if you're interested in coming on board on a one-to-one basis and seriously ramping up them results, drop me that message and we'll have a conversation. Look, we have got 3 different options on what you can do now. 3 different options. You can either take all the information that you've learned today and you can do nothing with it. And if you do nothing, you don't make any changes, you can't expect any results. You can't expect any difference in your result. Nothing changes if nothing changes. 2, you can try this on your own. I've had many success stories with clients who I give this advice to and they do it on their own and they get amazing results. Or 3, you can book a call with me. We can go through the pros, the cons, what your goals are, what it is you're really struggling with, and ultimately get down to the root cause of why you're in this position. And once we get to the root cause, we can then tackle this head on and make unbelievable progress moving forward. So there are your 3 options. Do nothing, which I'm pretty sure no one on this call will do. Try this on your own or book a one-to-one call with me. Questions straight into the Q&A. Let me just stop this share right now. Right, guys, I would benefit but scared to get told off. You won't get told off, don't I? You might do a little bit. Right, guys, Q&A. It's an open Q&A. I want to help you as much as possible. So if you've got any direct questions, fire them in the chat. Or even better, if you want to unmute and fire them questions straight at me, I'll answer any problems that you might be struggling with at the moment. If not, if you don't have any questions, just put an all clear or all good in the chat, just so I know that you're either all good or you've got a question. So again, all good in the chat if you don't have any questions, or ask a question if you've easy ideas for easy family meal options for high in protein, please. Right, this is a great question. So what me and Harriet tend to do is we tend to look online and we type in like a high protein, low calorie recipe. And then from there, what we do is we just fit that towards our macros. For example, last night we had, it wasn't last night, the night before, I think, we had like a burger bowl. And we just did, on the recipe, it was like full fat mince, it was potato in butter, and we just simply cut out the butter. We did 5% lean beef mince. We did oven chips that just in the 1 cal spray. So the best thing to do when it comes to looking for these recipes is find them on your own, find them that suit your tastes, and just manipulate the ingredients a little bit. If there's loads of oil, cut the oil out, just use 1 cal spray. If there's loads of avocado in it, you obviously know that avocado is going to shoot your fat content through the roof, so you want to stay away from that. This is the best thing to do in that respect. Now, I've got, if actually, Nicola, Lucy, you'll be buzzing to hear this. We are creating meal plans based on all your macros for all the one-to-one clients. So we've got all this. And ChatGPT, yeah, perfect example. Let's have another good. All good, but I will listen. All good. This was definitely a wake-up call I needed. Thanks, Megan. Absolutely love that. Russ, best exercise to build leg muscle. You're in for a treat, mate. I filmed a video that's going on Instagram tomorrow that's telling you exactly how to build good, strong legs and the tempo that we need you to use for that. So if you keep an eye on my Instagram tomorrow, I'm uploading a video that goes into detail on that. Carl, I have Impact Whey protein shake every day. Would you recommend anything else or a better supplement? So supplementation, creatine's really good. It can store a little bit of water weight, but if you are taking creatine, it's one of the most proven supplements that there's ever been. It's really, really good for just eking out them last couple of reps and just getting that last little bit of strength gain. When it comes to protein, I personally only ever have protein straight after a workout, just have one scoop. And the reason for this is because my protein intake is high throughout the day. So I don't need to do this. I track everything. So I just have a scoop of protein straight after I train. If I don't train, don't have protein shakes that day. Nicola, all good. I use ChatGPT for menu ideas. Great example. Monica, what is the ideal step count per day and how often should I be doing cardio session in addition to the training sessions, please? Now to shift the bingo wings lol. Right. So when it comes to, as you said, the bingo wings, everyone stores fat in different places. I'm sure you all know men and women who have got absolutely tiny, stick thin legs, but they've got a massive belly on them. But on the flip side, I'm sure you all know people who have got a tiny waist, but they store all the body fat on their legs and lower body. When it comes to dropping like the bingo wings, it's simply just reducing that body fat. And unfortunately, you can't pinpoint where you drop the body fat, but it will come off where it needs to come off. What was the other question? Ideal step count per day. Now, this is always person dependent. I would always suggest that you have a look at your steps through a step tracker, have a look at your steps on a daily basis, then add 2,000 to that. If you can sustain that 2,000 for a week and it feels absolutely fine and you drop weight, don't change it. But if you're not dropping weight, we might need to add some more steps in there, or alternatively, just add a cardio session in. It might be half an hour on the bike, it might be half an hour on the treadmill or a steady jog. And that's how you need to manipulate that. But all these 10,000 steps, you don't have to do that. I have a lot of clients that do that. I do that myself. But if you've got a job where you're in the car pretty much all day and you're working 12-hour days, realistically, it's going to be too hard for you to get that amount of steps in. Hope that answers your question, Monica. Let me know if it is in the chat. Mark, progressive overload, how to strike the right balance between finding a good, challenging weight, but not going too heavy so I can't finish the reps. Great question, Mark. So with this, what we need to be looking at is we always want to focus on form over everything. You've seen in a lot of the sessions that we do that if you're not going far enough down, let's say on a dumbbell chest press, I will say to you, get lower down with them reps because we need to be looking at form over everything. Yes, there's something to be said with intensity, but there's also something to be said with executing it properly. What we don't want to do is go too heavy too soon and risk injuring yourself. That's the last thing we want to do. So as long as you're on a plan that allows for progressive overload that actually facilitates that within that programming, you're absolutely fine. It's only when you're just kind of making it up yourself, you're not really on a program that's designed for progressive overload, if that makes sense. I hope that kind of answers your question, Mark. Best exercise to tone stomach muscles, please. There's no exercise that's going to tone your stomach muscles. Oh, well, there is. There's sit-ups, abs. Any ab movement is going to tone your muscles. But what usually people mean when they say best exercise to tone the stomach muscles, that is usually just meaning that they've got too much body fat on the stomach. We need to reduce the body fat and we need to build the abs up underneath. So again, any ab exercise will do when it comes to building the abs, but we need to reduce that body fat to actually give you that toned look in your stomach. Chris, best machine to help build pecs. This is everything basically. Every little machine an exercise that you will go on will have some impact on there. So the only things I'd say to help build pecs, we need to have an upper chest movement and a lower chest movement. So we need some sort of incline dumbbell or an incline barbell, or we need some sort of machine fly or a flat dumbbell or a flat barbell press. They're the best exercises to build chest. Thank you. That's great. Team, I hope that's helped. Has anyone got any more questions or are you all good? I'm going to give it 20 seconds. If you've got any more questions, bang them in now because it's a really good opportunity for you to get your questions answered. All good? Perfect. Spot on, guys. And again, just one more quick thing. Message me the word offer if you want to find out more about how I can help you on a one-to-one level, how we can help you, coach you, guide you with a proven, tested system. Message me the word offer now. Again, it's limited to 3 people. So message me on Instagram, message me on Facebook Messenger, Ideal World Instagram. But if you can't do that, do it straight on Facebook Messenger. But I hope you've all got value from this, guys. And I really, really want you to achieve your results. Smash this moving forwards and put in everything moving forwards that I've taught you today. Team, I will see you all soon.